Welcome back to the Mixer stage here, live at E3 2018.
This time we have Lucas and Dana from Bohemia Interactive, and you guys are here to talk all about Vigor. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming to chat with us today.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, before we dive in, let's play a fantastic announced trailer. This is Vigor. It's so good.
Oh,
yeah.
It is. I was just saying while that was playing, like that is getting me like so pumped. Very, very excited. All right, so let's just dive into getting some of these questions answered. So what was the reasoning or inspiration for having this game take place in Norway?
Oh, that's fairly easy because if you think about the nuclear bomb hitting Europe in 1989, which happened in our world, so the Central Europe is destroyed, you know, and people are fleeing from that area to southwest, east, and obviously north. And we are focusing on what happened in north. And since Norway is a beautiful country and it's hill, you have everything there. You have the fjords, the hillsides, the mountains, everything. So that's why we chose it.
It's a beautiful landscape and a great setting for a game such, you know, it's as grim as this, in my opinion. So what separates this game from other games?
Well, it's a unique experience because as we help to build the genres like Battle Royale and games like PUBG and DayZ, you know, that came out of Arma. So we always focused on the community, and this time we wanted to make something different, and that's why Vigor is a different genre, because we are combining other types of things together.
Yeah.
Oh,
and we're seeing some serious gameplay right here. I love the graphics. I love the different outfits. I want that hat. That's really what I want.
Oh my God, he's like a post-apocalyptic Indiana Jones right there.
Oh my God, it's exactly what he is.
I love it. All right, so Bohemia has a history of developing games with realistic combat and gameplay. How will that experience be used in Vigor?
Well, obviously the weapons will be as they should be, you know, except for the names. But there are weapons from World War II, from Cold War era. They will handle how they should handle. You know, if you have a heavy machine gun, it will be obviously heavier in your hands, and you have a hard time shooting when you're standing up. So you have to lie down. And obviously the accuracy and the fire rates are always correct with us. Also the ammunition is correct. So that's how we love to make things authentic. You know.
Yeah, that's so much attention to detail. I mean, that's amazing. I very briefly at a previous job touched on weapon design, and like I did not appreciate how much skill it takes to really make things feel correctly. Like it takes a lot of work. So like props to you guys. I know that's a hard job.
Yeah, it is.
One of the other things you guys worked on was finding and building yourself shelter. You guys have talked about that a little bit. Can you tell us more about these mechanics?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna start and then I will let you get in. So the shelter, as you saw on the video, as is the first thing you will find after the tutorial. It's the dilapidated house that you have to rebuild and go from there. And there are some cool mechanics that Dana will tell you about.
Yeah, exactly. Because Vigor, many people assume that it is a survival game. But Vigor is not about surviving only. It's really about rebuilding and growing stronger and trying to survive in the world, but in a really realistic way. Because this is what you would do if you were there. You would try to rebuild the house somewhere, space for yourself and get the resources, which is also why you then go into the matches to kind of get anything you can get to rebuild the house and to make you grow.
That's awesome. Definitely. And as we have DayZ, so we wanted to separate from DayZ, so they have thirst and hunger and everything, the diseases, and we didn't want that kind of simulation. So we went a little bit more, let's say, shallow, but we want enjoyable gameplay, and this is what we have.
Nice. So you're talking about the shelters. Do they carry over every game, or you have to start over each round?
No. So the shelter is your progression system. You're not leveling the player. You're leveling the shelter. So the shelter is always there, and it's persistent. So if you go into the encounter, you will prepare yourself in the shelter. You will enter the matchmaking, and you can do other stuff while matchmaking, which is a pretty cool feature. And when you go into the encounter, if you die, you lose everything that is on yourself.
Okay.
So that's been said before. I think we mentioned it on the Inside Xbox, but I think people get it. It's like this Dark Souls feel.
Yeah, very much so. There's a lot to lose, even at the shelter. I love that. It just makes it more intense. I don't know.
No, I mean, I think like it's a really compelling element because it's like, oh, you can bring this stuff with you, but
yeah, risk and reward. So Vigor's going to be free to play in 2019. Is that
Yes, that's correct.
Wow. What was the reasoning behind that?
Yeah, we really wanted to go free to play. We wanted to try something different than its premium games. So and this is our step towards that. Obviously, the game is going to be on closed preview, let's say, this summer, and it will enter game preview in the midsummer. So from there till the full release, which will be in February 2019.
Awesome.
There's going to be lots of things.
You guys gonna have incentives for that, like for playing early, things like that?
Yeah, definitely, because the reason why are we going so early out is that we want to build strong community, which is always important to us, and we want the feedback early on, and we want to include people in the development, and that's it. That's why this summer.
That's cool. I think that game previews, obviously, I love it because I think you just get real-time feedback from people that really care.
Definitely, yeah.
It's such a nice touch.
Well, and when you get the feedback earlier in development, it's so much easier to make changes and adapt versus if you wait till the game's out, it's way harder to change course or make the adjustments.
Yep.
Have we talked about crafting yet? Is that something we've done?
No, I don't think we did.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I'd love to hear about it.
Well, so as we have already said, you go into the levels and you gather resources and materials. So you are progressing the shelter, and at the same time you are also crafting weapons. And this is really interesting stuff because to craft a weapon you actually need a blueprint, because in real life you don't really know how to craft a weapon.
Yeah.
And to get a blueprint you really have to get many weapons at the same time and kind of deconstruct them, and then you get the blueprint, and then you are completely fine, because as we have already said, if you die in the encounter you lose everything you have on yourself. So you really want to get those blueprints so you will be able to then build weapons in your shelter.
Yeah, definitely. The more weapons you have, the better you are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that kind of goes without saying. Oh man, I love this. So we're seeing a bunch of different weather I'm seeing in this gameplay. So you're looking like I'm seeing snow. I'm seeing that nice. It's sunny as well.
Yeah.
How does that actually directly affect gameplay?
It does, because when it's foggy and snowing, you don't want to bring a sniper rifle to encounter because you don't see too far. Also, people might jump you pretty easily. Because I think it's fair to say that this game is like hide and seek with weapons.
Yeah.
Because you want to, you want to hide from people, and and you don't want to risk too much. If you want to risk, you can, but you get no experience points for killing people. You just get the loot from them.
That is a terrifying analogy.
It is.
Hide and seek with guns. Oh my God.
Oh. Well, yeah, no, that is scary. Okay, so we understand exit points will be on the maps if the player doesn't want to risk losing resources. So can you explain how these work?
Yeah, it's fairly easy when you enter the encounter. There are 12 players. They are on the edge of the map, and on different sides of the map you have it marked. There are exit points, and anytime you want, you can leave. So you loot a bag full of resources, and you can leave. Okay. And as you can see here on the gameplay, this guy is probably trying to play the game without any weapons. Now you see he found one. So his the orange markers you saw, those are the exit points. So it's different on every map, and that's what Dana loves about the game. Actually, is
yeah, that's basically it. Because every time I really know that I want to go for the airdrop. It is pretty obvious that there are going to be a lot of players here, so I usually go with single weapon or even without a weapon at all, because I really do not want to lose, everything that I have on myself. So I just run and take the airdrop and run out, and if I die, I don't really care, because...
Yeah, so it's all about strategy, and as Dana mentioned, the airdrop, that's like a side objective that happens in every encounter. Because the encounter is time limited, you have 20 minutes before the radiation comes and kill all of you.
Oh my God.
Or you have to exit the map.
Yeah, okay.
Always have an exit strategy.
Yeah, definitely. So the airdrop is coming, you have to grab it and escape with it. Funny thing is that if you have it on yourself, you're marked for the other person. So sometimes on the map you will see that airdrop is moving, and that's probably a player trying to find an escape route.
Interesting.
Thing is that if you don't want to risk like Dana, you can go in without any weapons, sneak to the airdrop, get it, and get out. And you have the highest price.
So, are there downsides? Oh my God, you just got jumped. Are there downsides to leaving a map early?
No.
No. Well, that's good to know. So you can chicken out at any time, everybody.
Hey, you know what? I don't think that effectively managing your resources is chickening out, and I think that you're just attacking players like Dina, who has a smart strategy.
All right,
I'm sorry
fine.
that you...
Fair enough.
Too much machismo over there.
I'm thirsty. I'm gonna go after everybody.
Oh no, I would play way more like she was. Like I would definitely have the low resources, get in, get out. Like why risk stuff? Like
fair enough. I think that's the beauty of a game like this, is because you almost need both.
Yes.
You almost need both for you need the sheep and you need the sharks.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, that's
what I mean?
great analogy, man.
I don't know what you mean.
All right, I'm not going to go into detail because I'm terrified of you.
Who's a sheep now?
So we talked about a little bit that shelters are the way you level up. That's your progression. Can we go into a little bit more detail about how that works?
Yeah, sure. It's pretty easy because there are improvements on each level of the shelter. There's for now there will be like 5 levels of the shelter, and you build your first improvement, which is stuff that generates materials for you, and you're all set. There's a material cap on your shelter, so you have to level it up. Once you level it up, you have level shelter, for example, 2. The material cap is higher, and just like in mobile games,
Yeah,
it's like that's what we are combining, the mobile approach and the AAA approach of big games.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I love that you're fusing different types of game development together, and I'm sure that's provided a lot of challenges. So what would you guys say has been the biggest challenge in Vigor's development?
Probably the shelter progression, definitely, because there were so many ideas how to get into it, and which improvement is better than the other, and is it generating too much or too low, and tweaking everything is really hard work. So definitely the biggest challenge is progression for any game, I think.
Oh, I mean, well, it sounds like that it's an amazingly well thought out system. So I'm sure that that had to have been hard just by the amount of thought required, period, based on what you guys have described. I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah. And I would love to ask on the inverse of the challenges. What's each of you? What are your favorite parts about Vigor?
What's my favorite part about Vigor? I think it's that it's basically a game for anyone, sort of. like any kind of player. That's what I mean, because you have the looters, hoarders, you know,
The killers.
killers, you know.
Cold-blooded killers.
So,
Psychopaths?
Yeah, well, okay.
the ninjas, you know.
yeah, that's a great team.
campers.
Yeah.
So that's what I love. And you?
Well, I think that I really enjoy how we try to really play around with the weather thing. You know, that each map is a little different, and I have my favorite maps and least favorite maps because they are the non-hiding maps where you really can't hide anywhere. And definitely the feeling when I came back to my shelter with the airdrop, and I'm like, yes, I did it, and without a weapon.
How many maps do you have? I mean, like, have you talked into detail? It sounds like you have multiple maps that you can traverse, and that's like kind
So
of the goals you go through.
in the game preview there will be 6 maps, and we'll be adding more.
Wow.
The maps are roughly 1 by 1 kilometer, so it's pretty huge.
Yeah.
12
Yeah.
players.
Yeah. Wow. That's
That
crazy.
is, I did not realize they were that large. That's,
And with so few players, that's like what keeps the terror level
Yes.
high constantly. Because you could be miles away from somebody, or they could be right next to you.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that is crazy. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. So can you walk us through? Oh, can we go back to? I would love to go back to the demo. I'd love to see like when we're gonna pull up a new demo. I'd love for you to walk us through how kind of combat works. I'm seeing a lot of third person, but you can also aim down sights.
Yeah, you can. So this was really high-level design decision to go with third person because it's kind of trendish right now, and it makes sense. But also we wanted the first-person view because our legacy of Arma, and we love the guns, you know.
Yeah.
So the combat is hard. It's like terrifying and cutthroat because here probably in the gameplay you see that the players will have a lot of ammo, but that will not be the case. Ammo is scarce, you know. So we will have like 15 bullets for your AK, and that's it. So you have to think hard if you're going to shoot or not. Also because you reveal yourself to the other players, and you know. And this game is heavily based on uncertainty because, as you can see, we don't have much UI. You know, there's the health bar, the usual compass, but there's no kill feed, so you don't know if somebody killed another player or if you're the last one on the map, and that's what keeps the pressure high, you know.
So stressful.
It is.
That's amazingly stressful because especially like when you're already going in and you're already trying to figure out like every shot has to count, like you don't have that much, and then if you see someone, like you don't know if they're literally the only one you have to kill, so if you can use a little more bullets than you normally would, or if like there could be, you know, another 5 people who are right around the corner, and you just won't know. Like that adds such a level of suspense.
Absolutely. Guys, once again, the game looks terrific. Really excited to play it. I can't wait. Before we let you guys go, we've been doing a lot of trivia today. We'd love to have you guys set up, participate in some Vigor trivia. And for you guys at home, it's time to warm up those controllers and get your mind ready, because it's time for the trivia. It's time. Now, once again, press the buttons on the video. If you type in chat, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen.
Nope.
So we're just going to see our first question right now. What happened in Vigor? A civil war in Central Europe, a virus-infected Northern Europe, a nuclear war in Central Europe, or World War III in Scandinavia?
All right, we definitely touched on this in the interview today, guys, so I hope you were paying attention. Time is up. All right, let's see. What did you guys answer? Were you paying attention to us? I really hope you were. And remember, as we go forward, faster you answer, the more points you get.
There you go. Hey, we got half of their attention span. That's pretty good.
Hey, we will take it. 51%.
It's great.
All right, moving on to the next question. Players are what? Are they survivors, gods, unicorns, probably, or outlanders? All right. So can you
Who wrote these? I would love a post-apocalyptic game that's so dark and gritty. It's like unicorns.
Yes.
You're all called unicorns.
You're all unicorns. Well, maybe there are like so few people left that it's like the phrase that you're like a unicorn.
Yeah.
But anyway,
maybe
no,
that's it.
You are outlanders.
Yes.
Very cool. All right. Why don't you guys take the next one?
Okay, so Bohemia is style of life, delicious beer, part of Czech Republic, or Queen's song.
But once again, a couple of these are ridiculous.
They're amazing.
Time's up. Wow.
Yay.
Oh, thank you, guys.
That's great.
I want to see how many. 6% thought it was a Queen song.
That's Bohemian Rhapsody, guys. Come on, come on.
All right, 2 more questions. Would love for you guys to take the next one as well.
Yeah, so Vigor is a hide and seek with weapons, cooking simulator. I'm sorry, I can't.
Oh,
Drink manager.
Drink manager and I'm sorry.
puzzle-based platformer. That's okay. That's a long answer.
I think they know.
Yeah, they got it. 70%.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that's great.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right, and finally, the final question. Once again, guys, real prizes on the line. What if humanity falls? A, I'll run to the nearest hideout. B, I'll try to rebuild what's lost. C, I'll collect resources till I can. Or I'll keep playing Vigor.
Yeah.
I feel like this is I feel like there's no wrong answer, but there's one better answer.
There is one answer that will get you more points, which is what you need to do to win, and that's what really matters.
Yeah,
All right,
absolutely.
time is up. How did you guys do?
Oh, yeah.
I'll keep playing Vigor.
Yeah.
Keep playing Vigor. All right.
Love it, love it.
Awesome.
All right, let's take a look at the leaderboard and see who won. Adjective, adjective, beaver. Wow, I can't talk.
That's okay. Adjective Beater, thank you for getting all those answers and being fast.
Yeah.
Fast and clicking the buttons.
Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much. This has been great.
Thank you so
really
much.
appreciate it.
Thanks
for having us.
The game looks awesome.
It does.
All right. And next, let's go ahead and head out to the show floor.